All right, hello everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 12 here on Twitch. New season, new cover athlete, new graphics. Here we go. As always, let me know if you can hear me before we get started here. Super excited. We got a banger new BearCave graphic. Got a couple surprises coming on later on today. It's week 1 of a new season. Everybody has hope. Unfortunately, except for Coach Moon. So, welcome in, Skook. Moon, unfortunately, took the first major L of the season. SMU did as well. UCLA and our Patreon watch party played very well to start the year. Welcome in, Emmett. If you are new here, a new coach, and your name is different, please type it in chat so I know who I'm talking to. I'm Coach TC, obviously. I'm the big bad purple mod guy who runs everything. But yeah, this is the SFA. If you are new here, this is an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord. You do not need the game. You can recruit, set depth charts, set schemes, play a bunch of different server games like fantasy football, tutty tally, as well as we've introduced a entire sports book to the server for recruiting rewards. Something you like to join, any of the links are in any of our descriptions. As well as if you do watch these live, we are affiliated, so you might run into an ad or two. If you do decide to use a Twitch Prime sub, that is a massive W. You're helping to fund the National Championship trophy that will be sent to a user if they do win it, along with some merch and dog water. Has said if it's a non-Mickey Mouse, he might give them his own little cash prize. So who knows about that one, but I know for sure from me you'll get a trophy and some merch from your team. But yeah, BearCave Season 12. We're hoping it's going to be a banger. New graphics all over. There are 2 new emotes. I just updated Season 12, and then I also updated the fire one to the new logo. So these are the new ones. We still have all the same old ones as well. But yeah, you guys say you can hear me. So let's get started here. It's week 1. Everybody is super hyped. As well as now, BearCave games have like twice as much on the line, as we all have parlays, we all have bets out there. So super exciting times. I'm just going to pull up my BearCave here. And obviously this season we debuted Patreon. If you do want to subscribe to that, it has been popping off. Shout out to all you guys. So much support. It's been fantastic. If you want additional content, you can. There is no pay to win, obviously. And then a little later, we have the first game day of the season. My team, East Carolina. First time we've ever had a game in week 1 against Skooks. Texas A&M, and the debut of Rex Beavers, the iconic quarterback. But first game of the day is going to be UNLV and Coach Llama going on the road to Houston here. So we are going to get started. But after that upset we just saw, none of these leads are safe. All right, so Llama, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. I don't see Llama here, so if you are a new coach, this is kind of how BearCave work. It's a different kind of game style. So what we do is we super sim to the 4th quarter. If it's close within a score, we'll watch it. If it's not, we'll just sim it out. But this gives us a lot more a way so we can see a lot more teams here. All right, here we go. The first game. And then also the Patreon watch party is going to go live, the VOD, as soon as we're done streaming here today. All right, so UNLV, I do not see him here, so we are just going to do heads and kick like I always do. Houston is looking for promotion this year if they are able to somehow get a berth to the CFP. UNLV, obviously plenty of SFA players, or not plenty, just a couple. All right, the first quarter, no score so far. UNLV breaks it open. Dyron Satterfield, Darren Archer, a ton of people put him in for Tuddy Tally. In the second quarter here, UNLV still holding on to that lead. It's a defensive battle, so if you bet the under in this game, you're probably a happy camper right now. Welcome in, Nathan. All right, we enter the second half. Can we open up the scoring? Houston takes a 2-score lead, and UNLV's kind of just started shitting themselves here. Coach Lama, where'd the offense go? Where's Dyron Satterfield? All right, so we just send possession by possession because it is not within a score yet. And there you go. UNLV is able to get it back, so we're going to go one play at a time. If we get to 2 minutes, we'll jump on in. And here we go. Houston up 3 with the ball. First gameplay of the season, 2nd and 9. UNLV only has a couple timeouts left. Can they come back? All right, we got a handoff. This is Ferguson. He is returning from last year, but they do have a new look offense. Maddox Kopp is gone, so it's Cantrell in the backfield. So a first down here is going to win it for Houston. Decent Pocky dumps that off. Are they going to give him the first down? Yes, they are. Questionable spot there, but there it is. So this game is practically over. Barring any magic from Lama, it looks like he's going to start out 0-1 on the season. And I believe that's going to be a Houston no cover. So immediately the first game of the season, I am cooking. Yeah, 4.5. So that is a Houston no cover unless they score here. And Skook already saying on the first game, oh my, we get a stiffy there. On his first game, his parlay is cooked. That's kind of how it goes. Third and 4. I mean, if this is an incompletion, I guess there's a chance, but they are just going to hand it off here. And 4th down, and that should run out the clock. We do run it completely out because the sim kind of sometimes messes with it. I don't want them to get a free shot here, so they should not be kicking this. Man, and people who wanted the cover, no sir. Houston no cover to start the year. A big win for Houston. A lot of people did not have faith in them coming in. And kind of rightfully so, losing your star quarterback, Maddox Cope. And there we go. The first under hits of the season. Remember, you can participate in any of these server games with Tuddy Tally, where you can just pick a touchdown any week. TCS Fantasy is a bit more in-depth. You pick 4 SFA only, players only, and whoever has the highest total for a single week of the season is going to get the reward. Reverse Sheep is coming back, so Rick will tell us about that later on. And then obviously BearCave, you get to choose the games and compete for actual players. And then we have the sportsbook. So lots of stuff to do. And yeah, Flame brings up a great point. We have a coaches poll. If you would like to join every week, you can submit and I will tally them up. If you do an algorithm ranking, it may take a couple weeks for me to add it because those rankings are typically terrible. I'm looking at you, Mike. All right, UNLV just no offense in the first, second, or third. A lot of tackles. Delta O'Neal. All right, nothing crazy. Wade Cantrell in his first career start. Tony Ferguson. I mean, they did what they had to do, so that's all you needed. Got a sack, and then they got an interception here. David Fatete, SFA player, and Roy Kent. All right, so first game of the year. Kind of a snooze fest, not going to lie. And remember, I will post all of these game results in the server right after the streams tonight. Yui is already looking for a rank. And for those of you who picked Darren Archer in Tutty Tally, or in fantasy football, not a fantastic day, but you know what? You'll take it. Okay. So UNLV, I get screenshots here. And our next game, we are going to go to the Sun Belt. Where we are going to see CJ Irons against the #1 in-game recruit from last season. I don't even know how to say it, but it's Hephaestus Ames. Is that right? I don't know how to say it. If somebody wants to tell me, I know that's Pinhead's player. So the Troy Trojans, they missed out on Squinton Winston. Hey, Nick, thanks for the subscription. 7 months. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm sure you got that cool helmet now, huh? Gotta wait for him to type out again. Houston was 17-14. It was 17-14. Don't listen to Bummer. All right, Houston. Now, this is a much bigger line and a much more bigger expectations over for Coach Trog. Trog, if you're in here, quickly, heads or tails, kick or receive. I haven't seen him yet. Already on the first game, D-Sleep's completely owned. So I'm really excited to see this Coastal team. They are my preseason favorites to probably win this conference. All right, so first quarter, as always, who is going to get off to a quick start? And nobody, a couple of mess-ups early. Ames, and no score. All right, so a lot of unders may be hitting today. I know a lot of those lines were set pretty high. Coastal, though, gets a tutty here. Halftime, it's 7-0. Oh, boy. So maybe next week we might have to lower some of these over-unders. 7-7. On Troy, they get 2 touchdowns immediately. And that was a kick return for a touchdown. Foles, Mathis, Jr., whatever. Return for 101 yards to tie it up. That's what you need. And then we get a 10-yard penalty. Remember, we go to 2 minutes. So we're now inside 5. I'm going to go play by play. We got Mathis. Can Coach Trog somehow beat the Troy Trojans? We got Ames. Oh, boy, they're driving. Can they punch it in? First and goal, second and goal, and we are going to jump in. Third and goal. Can Troy punch it in? Ames is in the backfield, the #1 recruit from last season in game. Chose Troy over so many other teams, and he fights his way for a touchdown. Hephaestus Ames in his debut may have just gotten the go-ahead touchdown to put him up over potentially the favorites in the conference. A big W there, if that is for sure. So his first touch in SFA history is a touchdown that we got to see, at least. But as always, it's still 1 score. We're inside 2 minutes. We get to see some CJ Irons action. Down 7. What can he do? Yeah, back-to-back good grades. Or good games. Volcular, welcome in. Okay, Trog is in here. All right, Trog, let's take a look. CJ Irons, he had one hell of a season last year. Except when we saw him live, he choked the games away. And, okay, we start out a little frisky here. They are going to hurry it up. Everyone loves CJ Irons except for Dogwater. They did beat Arizona in the bowl game last season. It's not about how you started, Zach. It's about how you finish. CJ, plenty of time. He floats that. A beautiful connection. Spencer Hart again. And we are driving. 3 timeouts left across the 50, a minute 28. Plenty of time to still run your offense and to cook. CJ, it quickly gets away. Broken down, failed screen pass there. We're not going to hold that against the King. I'm actually pretty glad now that I forgot about CJ Irons when picking my fantasy lineup. All right, we are going to throw a screen again. He throws it away again. Oh, man. And as always, for you new users, BearCave Games is a lot more laid back. I interact with you guys a lot more, whereas Game Day is like a lot more official of a broadcast. But we got a big 3rd down here. 3rd and 10. He's hit as he throws in. A broken tackle. 4th down incoming. Can Troy get off the field and shock the world again? I think outside Trog, maybe a B-Dog shivering in his boots looking at another good Troy teams. 4th and 4. Oh, the screen pass and turnover on downs. But it is not over quite yet. They still have all 3 timeouts. So a 1st down is needed to win this. Hands it off. No, the quarterback's going to keep it. He has a lot of room. And there he goes. Troy is going to beat CJ Irons on opening day. Holy cow. Choke job. Man, that was not a good choke job, Irons. Oh, no. There's the nickname. As Ames now gives a stiffy. There it is. Choke job, Irons. It's over for him. That's it. That's his career. Everybody, it's over. Somebody just ruined that man's life. Choke job, Irons. Yep. As Ames gets it up the middle now, and he gets another 1st down. This one is over. Yeah, choke job, Irons. It's official. Just like the Skook and score. As we now have, I wouldn't say 2 upsets because Houston was favored, but this one was an outright beating. In another low-scoring game, only a 35-point total. Oh, man. So now we've got some upsets cooking now. So it's back to the drawing board now for Coach Trog. Look at Ames in his debut. 41 carries, 160 yards, 2 tutties. A couple of you are very happy putting him on your fantasy football teams this week. Oh, boy. Yeah, Coastal Carolina, I feel like a lot of people felt like was a shoo-in to at least win for that money line. I feel like everyone's like, yeah, I'll put that money line in there to boost it a little bit. Those are the ones that always screw you. I'm interested to see how my Sicko parlay does, and this very next game is very important for it. Please. East Carolina's vibing, man. Coastal's trash. All right, let's quickly take a look at how this one went down. So Irons got a rushing touchdown. So if you took him in a, tutty, you're vibing. Mathis got the bulk carries. Honestly, the run game didn't do too much for you, so maybe passing was the way to go. On defense, Quindarius Durr, the SFA freshman. How did he do? 4 tackles. You can't, nothing go wrong with that. And then Troy, Mike Robinson, decent day, but it was Hephaestus Ames. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we'll take it. All right, so is Troy once again a team to be reckoned with? An early conference matchup here for the Sun Belt. Hephaestus, okay. All right, as always, I screenshot my players of the game, so I post these a little later on. Hephaestus. All right, now I'm just getting multiple people saying all sorts of wrong stuff. And now we have a user versus user game. This game has kind of been cooking in the offseason hype. We've got Vanderbilt on the road going to South Carolina. New coach Emmett taking on South Carolina and Coach Zach, who had a quarterback battle, and Ryan Leaf won. If you're still here, Emmett, heads or tails, kick or receive, you are the away team, so you get the benefit of the coin toss. Yeah, you only pick if you're the only team here. Except if Emmett doesn't respond here in a few seconds, I'm gonna go with South Carolina. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Heads or tails, kick or receive, Emmett. Tails never fails. All right, and kick or receive. And remember, if you are never here, or if you miss a stream and you're on this, I always go with heads and kick, no matter what. All right, so for the first ever Sickos parlay, I took the money line here for South Carolina. Don't fail me, Ryan Leaf. 5-point favorites. Tennessee started out strong. We are going to see a lot of these other teams play today. Except don't read into the Tennessee hype. They face Mississippi State. Let's just calm down. Oh yeah, you got to submit your coach, Zach. Ryan Leaf incoming. Remember, it's always just the preseason propaganda, but Georgia is still the highest overall team in the country. ECU is number 2. All right, so we got tails. Vanderbilt did not win, so they are going to receive. All right, Vandy. Can Vandy shock the world in his first career game for Coach Emmett? As we start out here, a quick touchdown there, and South Carolina responds. Oh boy, another kind of a low-scoring game, at least to start. Except no, this one may be getting on its horse soon. Oh my God, a 2-score lead for Vanderbilt at halftime. Oh no, this week we first started out with Utah, Coastal Carolina. What everything you know about the SFA from season to season always just completely changes on its. Oh my God. It's still not done. It's still not done. Vanderbilt might be the greatest team we've ever seen. We had a fumble there. Another fumble. Oh my God. And here we go. Can Vanderbilt push it to 3 scores? Yes, they do. South Carolina, what is going on? An interception now from Ryan Leaf, and that might be it for his career. Oh, no. Oh, oh, Zach, I'm so sorry. What is happening? All right, wait. They're putting together something. They're cooking. They're cooking. 3rd and 20? Nope. It's and a turnover. And with that, we are going to say good night As Vanderbilt starts 1-0. Ryan Leaf. Oh no. Zach is in shambles. I thought you recruited a quarterback. Or a corner. What are all of these passing touchdowns to Motley? Who was covering Motley? Hold on. Motley, he was the quarterback. My bad. We got 2 to Junior Love. Wade Davis. Oh, man, you got clowned by a tight end. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Zach, but this is so funny. And my parlay's already cooked. All right, let's see how bad the offense was. Ryan Leaf, 26 of 52. Why did you throw it 52 times? 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Oh, my God. And then Raymond Thomas, 20 for 76, a little over 3 yards. You can't cook with that. And then on offense, obviously West kind of popped off. But then from there, it really was no man's land. Only 1 sack given up. And then on defense, Rodney Jones, Joe Hayden, 1 deflection. Not the game you want to see. And Young Jungkook, he didn't even get to kick a field goal. All right, so these first 3 games have already kind of completely gone the way I did not think. I'm pretty sure I'm 0 for 3 right now. Vandy might just be the best team we've ever seen. I don't know what to tell you. Vandy might be the Buffalo of last season, the dream team. All right, who is up next? Okay, now we got Coach Grady. Grady, if you're here, heads or tails, I know you're at home. Or it's just kick or receive, not heads or tails. I am not feeling it now, Zach. One of us has to win. Tail kick, okay. And now Chad Blunt. Chad Blunt is now here on your screen. They made the playoff last season. They took Ohio State to the 3rd quarter, but they were unable to cook. As we have rain now for Chad Blunt's opening game of his sophomore campaign. Will there be a sophomore slump, or will he still run the Pac-12? All right, Cal is going to take the toss. And they're going to lose it. All right, Grady. And this is Grady's debut for Jamar Siggins. He sat a year behind the other quarterback. So we're going to see Siggins all by himself as Cal starts out with a quick tutty. And 10-0. Not looking too hot here for Missouri early. Can Missouri score here in Columbia? This is not looking good. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is only a 7.5-point line. All right, Missouri Cook. No. Oh, no. Coach Grady, I'm so sorry. The come-up is going to be insane, though. Next possession. They could still come back. I have hope. Welcome to the SFA, where coaches who dedicate time here just get slapped in the face. Okay, so I guess Chad Blunt took dropping out of the top 10 personally. 54-17. Blunt. Siggins finally got involved. Blunt rushing. It's all Blunt out there, man. And then they finish it off with a safety for good measure. So Siggins in his first career start, not too terrible. You'd like the completion percentage to rise a little bit. Running the ball, Fred Pittman. They weren't really able to run the ball. You got Julius Dickens didn't even make a catch. Or no, he had 2. Okay, he had a touchdown. SFA player right there. On the other side, blocking. The offensive line just couldn't hold up, it seems. Angus Falk, the SFA player, 2 tackles for loss in his opening game. You got Harrison Hood as well, 4 tackles. And those who started Chad Blunt may have just won themselves a week in fantasy football. As Chad Blunt, 318, 4 touchdowns. Easy money for him. Rushing Chad Blunt, again, God, Chad Blunt is a beast. At least early on, this is the early favorite for the Heisman lead to start the season so far, from what I've seen. Chad Blunt popping off, and he converts for a tutty tally. Rushing, we got 3 sacks, 18 tackles for this man. Holy hell, Desmond Harris popping off. Yes, there you go, Grady. Blame it on the rain. That's what any good coach does. You love to see it. All right, next up is the Sickos Game of the Week. If you aren't aware of kind of how I run the graphics, is that Sickos Game of the Week, this really just marks a game that just, it's user versus user, or it has an extra storyline that it's going to be really fun to watch, as well as we run predictions. So I'm going to introduce you guys to our version of channel points. You've got your Babanas. All right, so our first prediction of the day. More total yards. Jaws Patterson, or who's the other quarterback? Is it Hunter? Chad Hunter, right? Is it Chad Hunter? Yeah, Chad Hunter is the new quarterback. All right. So get your Babanas ready. Who's going to have more total yards? Jaws Patterson, the Pitt quarterback, or Chad Hunter, the Ohio quarterback, coming over in the transfer portal from Ohio State? If you are in here, Coach Black, let me know. I'm pretty sure that's HPB. Heads or tails, kick or receive. And you can trade those points in for a couple of different things. With the addition of the sportsbook as well as Patreon, a lot of that stuff is changed. So if you have a suggestion for something you want to use channel points for, feel free to put it in the suggestions channel. So Ohio, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. If either of you guys are here, or Coach Crew. Last 2 games is South Carolina completely got destroyed by Vanderbilt, and then Cal completely destroyed Missouri. And before that, we had Houston take care of business with a 3-point win over UNLV, and then Coastal choked to Troy. So 3 upsets so far, in my opinion. All right, I don't see anything from either coach, so we'll just do a traditional. And I don't know who put more towards who. Was it all in favor of Pitt, or was it all in favor of Chad Hunter? All right, so Ohio has a couple of monster transfers coming in. One of the winners of the transfer portal, and a brand new freshman redshirt quarterback coming over from Ohio State, Chad Hunter. He did not progress, but we are excited to see what he can do. Yes, welcome in, Coach Black. Here we go. And then Pitt is debuting a brand new quarterback in Jaws Patterson. So, first quarter, how is this one going to shake out? I feel like this one could be an upset, as Pittsburgh starts out with a couple of field goals, and Chad Hunter doesn't do much. And they're just all stalling out. A field goal only day here, as the under is once again looking to hit hard. Nick, you might need to lower some of these over-under lines, as it's now 12-0. Oh my, if you pick the pick kicker, you are vibing, as we're 26-0. So maybe it's going to take more than just a couple transfers here to get Ohio back in it. Maybe this was a good thing this did not get game day, as we get a touchdown. There we go. Hold up, we're at 40. And there it goes. 33-7, a great home win. It did not start out too nice, but Jaws Patterson gets in the end zone. Daniel Sisk, he was brought over in the transfer portal as well from Ohio State. He gets 2 tutties. So in his initial debut, Hunter had 108 yards plus 6. Oh dear. I'm not too sure he's going to win that one. Beverly came over in the transfer portal. And then on defense, nice, you kind of cooked with some sacks here. Mike Bryant came over from Alabama. Didn't do much. All right, so the line for Jaws Patterson to beat here is going to be 108 yards, and he smashed it, but no passing touchdowns. Oh, dear. Ricardo Joseph had to come in a little bit, so interesting. Daniel Sisk. And on the defensive side, Rafi Spriggs, Lacoby Dean, SFA players here. So a big start for Coach Crew. Nice W. And all of those coaches who just voted for Chad Hunter, you were a victim of some copium, as, wow, that is a landslide. So almost nobody makes money. You're going to make like $5. Congrats, guys. Enjoy those 5 buckaroonies. So that is a pick cover. All right, and next up, we are going to go to the Patreon game of the week. This is a game that was picked solely by the Patreon coaches to be on BearCave, and they also chose the spread, which is going to be Texas by 30.5. Coach Dave, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And this game every week, I don't know, it probably will be one of the Patreon users or just a fun game they see, and then they'll set the spread. And before we start, before we continue, I am going to run another prediction on this one. So, how many TDs will Sal Easton throw? So Sal Easton is the new freshman quarterback for Texas. Is it going to be over 2.5, or is it going to be under 2.5? This is passing touchdowns only, so get those Bob and Os ready. If Akron outright wins here, there will be a lot of money being paid out in our sports book. Will Sal Easton, or will it just be a rush fest for Texas and they'll boat race them? This one is a lot more even than the last one. I think everyone's cheering for Akron, and it's kind of Dave's own fault. He's the one who kind of ignited the Akron lore. I would appreciate an Akron outright win. I need some more money so I can bet on my own parlays. That already failed on the first leg. Oh, so this one's almost perfectly split. All right, here we go. Todd Phillips. Akron was looking to be the national championship favorites, and then everyone decommitted. I think it's because all the recruits found out they would actually have to go to Ohio. Last game result was 33-7 for Pitt. All right. I don't see Dave, so we're just going to go heads and kick. The Longhorns traveling up to Akron, Ohio. And a quick touchdown for Akron. Oh my! Akron! They won the first quarter. Boys and girls, is it going to happen? No, tied now. Come on, Akron, put something together. There they go! Akron, baby! Halftime up by 7. They're a 30.5-point dog. Please. Come on, Akron. Oh, my God, a 2-score lead. No, come on. No, a tie ball game as we head to the fourth quarter. Akron, please. Oh, here they go. Akron takes the lead again. All the homies love Akron. So much bonus and money on the line. Here we go. Akron has the ball again. It's a 4th down. One play at a time. Phillips. Easton sacked. Here they go. We're almost about to jump in. And here we go. 3rd and 9. Texas down 7. 2 minutes to go. Dave in shambles. Sal Easton, his first career start. You cannot lose this game to Akron. 3rd and 9. They are across the 50, or right on the 50. Easton. He has some time. He floats it into quadruple coverage. 4th down incoming. What's the call? They're going for it. They still have 3 timeouts. So if they do not get this, it could work out. They still have 3 timeouts, but Easton is empty. Oh, not short! And Akron takes over! The Zips, the biggest dog in BearCave history, have a chance. Fear the Roo. A 1st down will win it here for Akron. A great start there for the defense. They hand it off up the middle. All right, another great stop for Texas here. Coach Dave on his last legs. He has to get a stop. A 1st down. Can Akron get creative? Hands it off. They are going to stop him. Sonny Myers. And there comes the timeout. Texas, who was in the SEC championship last year. What does this say about that conference? But a minute 24 left. Texas has life. Texas has a little bit of life. Sal Easton, his first career game. And oh boy, they're already going to be, if they lose this game, everybody is going to be calling for Coach Dave's head and Sal Easton's benching. Yeah, welcome to the SFA as we get a quick throw. That's Maurice Young. He is a game day performer. They got to hurry it up. They are going to spike it. 3rd and 1. Dude, these teams this week chose violence to start the year. It's always everything we see from one season to the next completely flips upside down as they cut inside and he reverses field. He's still going. That's Phillips. Big play there to get a first down. Some new life now. Trips right. A little bit of pistol action. Easton. He's yamming it deep. Easton. And it's intercepted. Akron wins. The biggest dog in BearCave history! I can't believe they did it! The Zips are on top of the football world! And maybe they didn't lose the transfers, they just didn't accept them! Oh my God. Nick, pay the people. Pay the people. Those who jumped on the Akron bandwagon earlier on today in the sports book are now going to get paid handsomely. I'm gonna have to break into some of my Latina juice funds to fuel these payouts. Does somebody already have a shitload? I think. How much is the payout on Niels? He put $5,000 in. So you got 20K, nice. What a game from the Akron Zips. They will never play another game quite as good. And the first Patreon game of the week completely delivers. Shocking, Dave. Maybe being a Patreon team is a curse. You got Utah losing, you got South Carolina losing, you got Dave losing. Oh, God. What a game, as Easton got 1 here. Did he get 3? Parks? And no, it looks like he is going to hit the under. Let's check just to make sure. Sal Easton, 2 tutties. There it is. He is going to lose it. Todd Phillips, I don't know why they ran it more. Two sacks. Myron Gibbs had a sack. Mustafa Farouk had a pick. Oh my, and what did Akron do? 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and they win. Kennard Jean is a madman. Oh my, these little white boys were cooking today. You got some Babanas and you're bankrupting the server. That's what we like to see. Zach is chawing or malding as well. If this wasn't enough to convince you that the SFA is just ridiculous, I don't know what will. We've already 6 games in and this season's already like completely turned on its fucking head. Yeah, the sports book is crying right now. My wallet is destroyed. Cannot believe Akron actually did it. A complete meme came true. Now Buffalo's got to watch their back there in the MAC. Alright, so now we're going to pivot to the right side of the BearCave graphic where these are traditionally the games of the week. These are the big ones, the heavy hitters, as we got Skyflyer taking on Georgia, the highest ranked team in the country in terms of overall, 95. Skyflyer, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. Dogwater is riding high on his Bobanaz. So not an ideal debut for some of these freshman quarterbacks. As always, your freshmen are not going to typically be Heisman contenders year one. They normally take a year or two. And yes, Vanderbilt downed the Cox, as you see live on screen here. South Carolina already 0-1. Vanderbilt currently leads the division, depending on point differential with Ole Miss. All right, Georgia, disappointing year last year, 3 losses. They are a stacked team, SFA players all over the field. If they don't get to the playoff this year, it is a gross failure for them. They haven't been in a couple of years. They are tight end U, literally SFA players at every position pretty much. Moon going into his villain arc right now. All right, I don't see Skyflyer, so heads and kick. All right, LSU and Georgia here, 3.5 points. LSU takes the early lead. Are we going to continue a crazy stream of upsets? Next quarter. Georgia, all right, there they come. 27-7. Oh boy, this is a lot different than last season in this game where Georgia won on a last-second play, but oh boy, here we go. Here's the comeback. All right, LSU is staying with it. And they get back into it again. Can Georgia hang on, or are they going to give the ball right back? 4th and 3. Here we go. LSU and Coach Skyflyer has a chance. A minute 47, they'll have 3 timeouts. And we're going to get to see Terrell Pryor, the quarterback for Penn State, who transferred to LSU, got a position change, and got redshirted, is now playing wide receiver. And there he was, returning the punt. Skyflyer in his bag. Yeah, every season they're just ridiculously wrong. All right, we're coming out spread here. Joe Munoz is back over the middle, a dot as he gets hit hard. That was Carrington, his first reception of the day. Are they going to go hurry up? No, they are not. Joe Munoz already 4 TDs. Skyflyer apparently is a QB whisperer, self-proclaimed. Fakes the handoff. Munoz. He floats one, and that's going to be illegal touching. No, he breaks a tackle. He's still going. There's the flag. I thought it was illegal touching, and it looks like it is. He was out of bounds, came back in. For once, the Zebras got it right.
Still second down.
LSU having a fantastic day, but Georgia just a little too strong. They still have plenty of time. Dumps this one off to the running back. He finds some room. He stiffies 2 guys. Oh, my God. He runs over 2 more. William Keller. Jesus. He just turned 4 men into dust. Over the middle. Another first down. All right, and they're already in scoring position. Joe, he's throwing it deep! Touchdown, LSU. They tie it up. 35-35. This one is every year week 1, and it is an instant classic. Can they tie this game up? This rate, no field goal is ever safe. Too much time as they got Brian McBride coming out. The SFA quarterback with the massive shoulder pads. They did lose their #1 running back to Arizona State in the transfer portal. But they still have Chavez. There's Kennard Shorts, the SFA player, surprisingly committed to Georgia. I guess he is returning kicks now. Season 12 is off to an absolute bang. What can Brian McBride do here? They bring a blitz, they pick it up, dumps that off to the tight end, and that's going to be an SFA guy. Or no, that's Joe Newman. He looks like a tight end. Time's ticking. They still have 3 timeouts, and they do have Bobby Doucette, who is a very good field goal kicker. Dumps that off over the middle. Joe Newman again. His second reception. 35 and counting. McBride, not the best completion percentage, but 4 touchdowns. Take that any day of the week. No one submitted Brian McBride as their fantasy quarterback, I do not believe. As time is still ticking. Oh boy, Georgia might be all right going to overtime. It looks like Skyflyer catching a quick little break here. As this is going to be the last play of the regular time, and oh dear, that was not inspiring whatsoever. All right, Skyflyer, it's going to give me heads or tails, defense or offense. Let me know. Heads or tails, defense or offense. Tails. Do you want defense or offense? Defense. All right, Georgia won the toss. They're going to pick defense. Here we go. Overtime, the first one of BearCave on the year. Start out with a handoff. Another stiffy from this William Keller. This man is insane. And we got a false start now. Oh, God. The Patreon curse is real.
Still second down.
Yeah, not one person on, or no, crew one. Okay, so crew. There is no curse. There is no curse. As we get another handoff here, second down. This has not been an inspiring drive for LSU. In an exactly 2-week off season, as we get a banger here. Yes, you did win. That was a massive dub. As oh my, what a dot! And there's Terrell Pryor on the edge, number 11. Maybe Skyflyer is a genius putting Terrell Pryor at wide receiver and redshirting him as he's now in the slot. He was the quarterback for Penn State for a year. Hands it up the middle, Keller. He stopped. Yeah, the Braxton Miller treatment for sure. Second and goal, though. Can Georgia get a stop? Munoz. And there's a touchdown for LSU. They take the early lead. But Georgia obviously gets to respond. Can they push it to 7? We have the visual glitch where the graphics are gone. That normally happens in week 1. I don't know why. as Colorado barely snuck away. Somebody was asking why I didn't rank Colorado. It's because they lost Cale Makar and Drew Carter. They're two best offensive players. Only one SFA offensive lineman. And they just didn't have a good offseason whatsoever. So they did not make the final rankings. They were like 27 or something in my rankings. All right, Ryan McBride. Oh, dear, and there's a fumble, and there's the game! LSU wins! Georgia chokes again! They go to 0-1 in Sky Flyer! The question is now, is Ryan McBride the man in Athens? This team, they're the best team in the country, and they just can't ever get a win. The upsets galore all over the country. My God, LSU, the massive comeback. Skyflyer is one of our only coaches to ever find the CFP bid over in Houston. Can he figure out how to get it done at LSU? He almost got to the SEC championship last year, but he lost via a tiebreaker. Yeah, these games are going crazy. All right, Jackie Moon, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. Yeah, look at this. It was not good for you at the start. Lorenzo Pines got on the board. Caleb Broussard. Tavion Galloway got a touchdown, the SFA guy, and he got the touchdown in overtime, your SFA tight end. 6 touchdowns for Munoz to start it out. Jeez. Todd Franz. Terrell Pryor. Two touchdowns for Tavion Galloway. You love to see that. Bandit. Bin Laden didn't do much. And then Georgia. How did these guys do it? Ryan McBride, 4 touchdowns. Clark. McBride. On offense. Lorenzo Pines. Broussard. Jackson Wild, SFA player. Jordan Whiting, SFA player, no sacks. Taylor Sockrider, no additional things outside a couple of tackles. Keelan Carroll in his debut, only 4 tackles. Oh boy. Don't rank LSU 1. Come on now. I will throw out any dumb rankings. All right. They gave Keelan Carroll. Oh, he got the forced fumble and a forced recovery. UGA. What a just crazy BearCave to start it out. And now I am deathly scared of Rex Beavers. All right, now we got Florida State at Northwestern. So Jackie Moon, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. As now we get to see the another debut, this time D'Erico Claxton. Seminoles looking to rebound now. They feel like they finally have a quarterback. Remember, folks, after the games today, the recruits will be making their first decisions of the season. We are here All right, I don't see anything from Jackie Moon, so we're going to do heads and kick. Per usual, got Cody Stallone and Terry Nichols as the captains. You love to see that. All right, how is this one going to shake out? Northwestern starts out quick against their former coach. Oh, boy, this is a game. All right, 7-7. That's what we wanted. 10-7 now. Can Florida State match it? Freshman quarterback in a foreign environment here. And Northwestern, they missed the extra point. But Florida State, once again, there's just no scoring going on today. And they go up by multiple scores. More upsets galore as Claxton is sacked. We're now down to 4 minutes. We got a fumble recovery. And we can't jump in quite yet. We're not within a score. One more score here for Northwestern, and it pretty much does them in. They did not get it. All right. Come on, Claxton. Time to mount a comeback. Here we go. 4th and 6, still down. Boom, a big one. A 15-yard penalty. Come on. Oh, God. 4th and goal now. Can they get in? No, they cannot, and there it is. Only 7 point. Wait a second. Hold your horses. A 64-yard punt return. Okay. And they missed the 2-point conversion, so it is 9 points. So this game we will not be watching. And they lose. So Jackie Moon, in his first career game against his former team, does not get it done. Another top 25 upset. De'Erico Claxton, in his first career game, only 40% completion percentage. Running the ball, Scott Hill, Amonra Leuha, SFA player. Terry Nichols as well. Some tough losses all over the country for sure. Lashard Weeks, the freshman, got 7 tackles. That's encouraging. You also got Cody Stallone. And then what did Ja'Cory Williams do? Absolutely nothing. Drake Eklund, 2 tackles. And then what did Northwestern do? It is a new coach. Ricky Foster coming in. Andy Brown. I mean, this is a game where they just had a vendetta against their former coach who abandoned them. So they came out firing on all cylinders and kind of punched him right in the face. This is just one of those BearCave weeks where everything goes wrong. You absolutely love to see it. All right, so we're now inching closer and closer. We have 2 games left before game day, and this one is going to be a fun one. You got Arkansas and Nebraska. Nebraska and Coach Chewy, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. This man did okay at Northern Illinois, and then he just went to Nebraska, shockingly, and then he dominated the portal. Took everybody, all the linebackers, took Ricardo Henderson, took Dictator, has Jerome Everclear. So now this Nebraska front 7 is absolutely for real, and they should be considered a massive, massive contender for the division. They got Paul Sanford, the SFA quarterback. I know it's Iowa State at the top. I know, but this Nebraska team has a ton of potential. Yeah, pretty much everyone's BearCave is screwed this week, unless you just completely went crazy with your picks. But you had LSU win outright, Akron win outright, Pittsburgh cover, Cal cover, South Carolina, or Vandy outright, Troy outright, and Houston no cover. I mean, it's not that crazy of a BearCave quite yet, but We shall see. This was the push game, so this is the one that was like completely up in the air. Good thing about BearCave is it is a season-long game, so as long as you do it every week, you'll most likely have a chance in the bowl season when we have lots more. All right, so how are we going to start this game off? A quick touchdown for Nebraska, and they extend it. What was I telling you? This Nebraska team is good. Oh boy, is Nebraska back. 19-0 here on the road. 26-0 to start the quarter, or to start the game. Is Arkansas even going to get on the board? 33-0, there they go. 33-14, 36 now. So we head to the fourth quarter. Nebraska stomping them. Coach Chewy putting on a clinic. I'm pretty sure I picked Nebraska. $39-21. Could they do something here? Okay, things are getting interesting now. Hold your horses. Montoya. 4th and 7. 41-yard field goal is good. So back to 13 here. Can they get a quick score? We know Brad Thornton is a very good quarterback, but it just might be a little bit too late as he throws an interception, and Nebraska survives. Coach Chewy gets his first career win at the Big End. Preston opened it up. McKinley was the transfer from Alabama. Yeah, no, I mean, my predictions are completely terrible. Don't listen to any of my predictions. It's Paul Sanford, 3-1. McKinley in his debut gets 114. Receiving, Preston, Preston, Dallas Johnson. All right. Great offense. Now, how did this defense do? We got an interception, Stephen Moore. 2 interceptions from Cedric Edwards. Ricardo Henderson, the transfer from Colorado State, 3 tackles in his opener. And then you got Xavier Townsend as well. Jerome Everclear had a tackle. And then Arkansas. Brad Thornton, not the kind of season he wanted to start out with. Really missing A.J. Green in that backfield, I'm guessing. Interception, but Nebraska was just the better team. It was a little bit too late. So Nebraska starts out 1-0. Hey, and it's week 1, boys. If you're Power 5, you have basically 3 free losses, and you're fine. So if you use one week 1, it isn't ideal, obviously, but you can easily respond. If you're in the G5, it is a little bit tougher. If you have title aspirations or CFP aspirations, you kind of have to go perfect after one mess up. He may not have had any stats. Or he may have gone out with injury, or I just didn't scroll down far enough. Alright, so we're moving on to the final game of the BearCave stream here. Alabama at Oklahoma. Jay Jettas, if you're here, let me know. Kick or receive if you win the toss. As this is going to be our final prediction of the BearCave stream. It's been a great opening week. I'm sure all your bets are going to change. This one is always just a straight up for your Bobanos. Who's going to win, Alabama or Oklahoma? I don't do anything crazy on this one. No spreads, no nothing. Just straight up, who do you guys think's going to win? Is Jay Jettas really going to save this team? I don't see Jay Jettas in the chat, so heads, we'll just do kick if he doesn't come in. Lots of money, I think, going on Oklahoma? Am I correct in that? We will not see Gus McFeeters. He was redshirted. But we will see the brother of CJ Irons, EJ Irons, taking his first career start with the Alabama Crimson Tide. He sat for 2 years, and now he is taking over. So another Irons clan into the SFA. Hopefully this guy is not a choke job. The game day will start about 5 minutes after this stream ends. We always have BearCave, then we have the game day stream right after. And all VODs will be live on YouTube tonight. Recruiting happens after the stream tonight as well. So the SFA is back. Our 5-day schedule is back, hitting on all cylinders. And this is a prime microcosm of the SFA where you've got upsets galore. You've got ridiculous plays. Akron winning against Texas. And I do not see any J Jettas. All right, here we go. Alabama versus Oklahoma. Who is going to start out on the right foot? Oklahoma gets on the board first. Terrell Remmers. 2 SFA quarterbacks in this matchup. You got Irons versus Remmers. And it is tied up right now. And Alabama takes the lead in the halftime. But if you're Oklahoma, you got to be happy with that result right there. Now scoring completely stopped. Oh, boy. This one is going to be a close one down to the wire. Can Oklahoma punch it in? They get a fumble. All right, we're going one play at a time here. E.J. Irons in the backfield. A first down. E.J. Irons and a 10-yard penalty, just completely stifling the drive. Can they hit this field goal? No, it's no good, giving Oklahoma a chance here. Here we go. Can Oklahoma find the end zone to potentially win this game? Take down Alabama. Coach Jay Jetta's back home, the team he won the Season 4 national championship with as a Mickey Mouse coach. After he departed in Season 7 for Minnesota, they completely fell off, and now they've reunited in hopes to find that magic spark again. All right, we're on the 50, plenty of time, timeouts, they need a touchdown. Remmers in the backfield is an SFA player. He's throwing that one, a dot to Troy Smith. Gus McFeeters, the #1 running back in the recruiting class, was redshirted. But on defense, there are quite a few SFA players for Alabama. All right, play action fake, plenty of time, as that's a catch. Matt White, he was injured almost all of last season, their #1 receiver. He decided to come back to run it back with Remmers, who's doing pretty well. I think completion percentage is playing a huge factor in a lot of these games, as Remmers is cooking right now. They're inside the 40. Gonna be a screen pass, and he just throws that one away. Another defensive masterclass. A lot of the unders are hitting this week. Except the under will not hit in the next game. ECU, Texas A&M is going to be crazy. As we get a throw here, he's wide open. And can he get the first down? He does, and a lot more. Blake Stratton, 16 yards. And the fans are getting rowdy here. We're threatening the red zone. A touchdown potentially wins it for J Jettas. Spam those fire J Jettas emotes. And already finds the outside, and he trips and falls forward for 7. Get those fire J Jettas emotes ready. They're here in shotgun. Remmers. And he hit as he threw, and they call it an incomplete pass. Whew. Just barely avoiding a fumble. 3rd and 3. You have to go for it at this point. Not enough time to take 2 field goals. They're going to run a screen. He gets it off. Can Jerome Jones get there? He does. First down. Oklahoma now. 41 seconds, 2 timeouts, a touchdown wins the game. Hands it off to Jerome up the middle. Interesting call. They used their second timeout. They're now inside the 5. Jimmy Don Willie, the SFA freshman. 2nd and goal. Remmers flips the play. Remmers by himself. He has time. He dumps that off. And touchdown, Oklahoma! Jay Jettas takes the lead. "33 seconds for EJ Irons. Is he just like his brother, or is he him? 33 seconds, 3 timeouts, EJ Irons, and basically just has a dream. First and 10. EJ. He floats that one out wide, and that converts. I guess the word choke, dog water, was probably the issue. 28 seconds, 3 timeouts. Leonardo Ferguson is the SFA wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. He on the run, and he's sacked! EJ Irons goes down, and they don't use a timeout! Complete shambles. They're bringing the blitz again. He's jamming it deep! Diving catch, Corey Callahan! 12 seconds left, and they might be in field goal range. I know they have a fantastic kicker. They have one play to get into field goal range here. I think all they need is about 10 yards. EJ Irons over the middle, dump it off. Is that going to be enough? Here comes the field goal formation to win the game and stun Oklahoma at home. The kick is up. It is no good. Jay Jettas is going to survive. Jay Jettas survives an epic scare to win his home opener back home at Oklahoma. Incredible. The SEC is in shambles already. Oh my, in Oklahoma, have they just struck magic again, bringing Jay Jettas back. Terrell Remmers, his best game of his career, as Cheddar Biscuits is loving it. Absolutely incredible scenes here in this BearCave. Almost all these underdogs win. What kind of a week is this? What kind of a season are we about to see? I went from being epically confident in ECU to now I am scared shitless. Holy cow, what a game. Oklahoma survived, absolutely. What a game-winning drive. Massive banana output for you guys. And Alabama once again takes a tumble. Ferguson got a touchdown. It was all field goals. He was popping off from field goal range, and then he missed a couple. He missed another one to give Oklahoma a chance. Jerome Jones. Andrew Sendejo. Yeah, let's see how Tyrell Keys coming over from Minnesota. JoJo Gates, he got him from LSU in the transfer portal. 10 tackles, 2 TFLs. Jay Phoenix, the freshman. What a crazy defensive. 3 for 5 from field goal range from the 91 overall. EJ Irons had a great game, but it just was not enough, unfortunately, for him. Bob Pork got a couple. Jimmy Don Willie. Who else is an SFA player here? And maybe it's just him starting. Incredible scenes here. Now, obviously, BearCave is over. But now we always go through the next week games. If you're on Patreon, please watch what the options are. Throw out if you want to throw out in those chats a game that you would like to see. The next watch party will be on Thursday night. So it's going to be a very quick turnaround. So we're going to have to choose a game very quickly. Remember that the Patreon watch party does not take away from the value of games that make BearCave or the mainstream. So if you see a sicko matchup you want to watch, that's what we're going to watch. And before we go to the next week, everything is simmed but game day. We'll see that here in a few minutes. And then finally, here's week 2. Remember, week 2 has a ton of FCS versus FCS matchups. So don't pay attention to those. We are not watching FCS versus FCS. But we have Tennessee versus Buffalo. This very well could be game of the week, game day. App State in the generational talent debut against Georgia Southern and Cocoa. Likely a BearCave game. Texas A&M and Georgia. Middle Tennessee State and Arizona, the husband versus wife. That could be game day. That could end up being on BearCave. Auburn versus Kansas. Georgia Tech, Southern Miss, the triple option bowl. USC, one of my IRL favorite teams, against ECU. Iowa State at Arkansas, who just took a L. Wake Forest at Arizona State. FCS, Mississippi State at Oklahoma. Washington State, San Diego State. And I'm just going to start scrolling through some of these. Utah State with a massive dub gets an FCS team. Rutgers and Virginia Tech. Boise State at Wyoming next week. Chum Toad versus Wind. Illinois at Toledo. That is a sneaky game as always. Toledo is a tough team to get past. New Mexico at Texas State. Syracuse and Stanford, the battle of the S's. A big one here, Florida and Ole Miss. Oregon, Penn State. And Coach Cyril Laxbro, former coach of Arkansas State, will face him in his first career game at UNC. Air Force and Notre Dame. Miami, Ohio, and Coach Rev take on Jarkis in Iowa. Cincinnati at Baylor. That's a fun one. TCU at Michigan State. Mango versus McNasty. Old Dominion FIU. Minnesota taking on Washington. Some crazy games this week. You got the Holy War going on. Hawaiian Bandy, who just had a great win. Ball State and FAU. North Texas at Wisconsin, starting quarterback transferred away. And then you got Army and Coach Coolio versus Coach Fed. Louisiana, Kent State. UTSA and Texas Tech, Coach Mark and Coach JT. Scar and LSU, two very different week 1 outcomes. And then Kentucky, Alabama. All right, boys and girls, thank you guys all for watching. It's going to take me about 5 minutes to go to the bathroom, set up the next stream, and then I will get going on it. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.